Welcome to Figure Feedback. My name is Jeremy, and today I wanted to do a 3D printing project to help me organize my action figure collection. Now, I got a whole bunch of action figures. I'm a huge fan of collecting those things. And when I first started this channel, my main backdrop was some display shelves behind me that showed all of those figures. But you can't really see the majority of them because they are one behind the other. In order for me to even be able to show the ones that are in the back would be to print some risers. Now, I got so many action figures, it would be a massive undertaking to print risers for all of those shelves. So I decided to start with a smaller display. So I went online to try to find some risers, and there's quite a few of them, but I've only been able to find one so far that has three different shelves of different heights all in one print, and it doesn't take a whole lot of filament to do. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can find this. And this whole thing is pretty cool because it printed without supports, but it also prints in 3 plates. For these first shelving units here, these that are printed in Polymaker's new high flow PETG, this took the most amount of filament, over 100 grams of filament just for these 3. And then for the black, these were pretty easy to print, no supports for anything. And the black ones didn't take much filament at all. And I printed these out of just regular black PLA because that's what I had loaded up at the moment. And then everything just sort of comes together. You have to assemble it, and it can be a little bit finicky at times. But when you're done, you get this 3-tiered shelf that should be big enough for some standard size action figures, let's say about the 1/12 scale. And if you can go even smaller, even better. So here's how it was like putting this together. And like I said, it wasn't too difficult to do. No glue, no extra tools, nothing like that. And I am going to use this to see if I can clean up this top portion of my display. So let's take this on upstairs and see how it turned out. And this is what the display is looking like now with this new riser installed. I got a handful of my figures on there. And I think these particular type of figures are really good for this display because they tend to be kind of chunky. You know, these are a lot of Warhammer figures, so that armor takes up a decent amount of space. So you can see the Space Marine right there. Then moving over to the second row of figures. There's another one there. And I got 2 in the back. And of course, it's not enough to, hold all of the figures that I showed earlier, but it definitely helps to show more of them without them being necessarily blocked, for these smaller figures right here. And then, these are just kind of hanging around with no place to go. And then the larger ones are in the back. But the main focus was this right here. And I think that this turned out pretty darn good. So yeah, I will definitely leave a link in the description to where you can find this. And then if you collect action figures, you're looking for a way to better display them, you'll be able to do so using this and not too much filament. So this was a short one, but thank you all so much for watching. Till next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon.